And now on to breaking news just coming in. The South African Sugar Association has finally agreed to realize the Small Sugarcane Farmers Union in KwaZulu-Natal. ANN7 highlighted the plight of the farmers who had been fighting for 2 years to get access to their levies. The predominantly white South African Cane Growers Union refused to recognize the South African Farmers Development Association. And other black farmers allege that there is discrimination from the union side and they seek a separate entity. Now, SASSA has now not only recognized the group, but also given them 9 million rand as operational costs. And ANN7 reporter Noluthando Nkosi joins us from Durban for more on this story. Noluthando, thank you so much for joining us. Now, for the benefit of our viewers who have not been following this story, give us a little bit of the background of what the plight of the mainly emerging black sugarcane farmers are.
Good evening, Cindy, and good evening to the viewers at home. So basically what has happened, Cindy, is this is a struggle that started about 2 years ago when black farmers, small and medium-scale farmers in the sugarcane industry, which is mainly based in KwaZulu-Natal as well as Mpumalanga, decided that they recognized that the South African Cane Growers Association, which is what we call the mother body, so to speak, was not representing black farmers per se. So what they then did, the farmers under that association, who were mostly black and small scale, decided to form their own body. Now they named this body the South African Farmers Development Association. But then what happened was the South African Sugar Association then did not recognize them as a body within who was independent and were not being represented per se by the cane growers. They then forced them to carry on being represented by the cane growers. The matter then went to the Department of Trade and Industry. Trade and Industry then told South African Sugar Association to recognize SAFTA, but that still did not happen. However, with me right now, I have Siyabonga Madlala, who is the chairperson for SAFTA. He'll take us more on the journey that they've been through and what this victory actually means and what is the victory exactly. Siyabonga, thank you so much for being with us. We've spent the whole day with you. You guys were in a meeting with SASSA as well as with SASSA in a council meeting, I believe. Just take us through the beginning of the struggle for the black farmer, what the victory actually means. What is the victory? What is the agreement?
Thank you, Tando. First of all, we are in a day of celebration today. History has been made. I would say the sugar industry has started and embarked on a new chapter and embraced transformation that today they've taken upon themselves to adopt a new constitution of SASSA and to adopt a new sugar industry agreement which incorporates SAFTA, which for 2 years has been asking to be recognized by SASSA. So today I can safely say that industry has reached an agreement which is favorable to us accepting this transformation agenda. So it is a day of celebration. History has been made and we have changed a legacy of more than 90 years.
Okay, Siyabonga, in a documentary that ANN7 ran a couple of weeks ago, we highlighted the plight of the black farmer and how the black farmer was marginalized. Just take us through the background.
Dear, it starts with recognition first. When a small-scale farmer is not properly represented in the structures of the industry, they are not able to air their challenges. So and also to actually come up with strategies to curb those challenges. So today we are marking history in that we are going to have a voice now in council. Like today we had a voice in council, though the legislation hasn't been gazetted and promulgated yet, but already the industry has actually extended an olive branch to say let's have an interim arrangement wherein SAFTA councillors can sit in council, though they're not voting, but at least they have a voice. And also council has actually accommodated SAFTA insofar as the running costs of the organization going forward are concerned.
Okay, we actually spoke to SACA a couple of weeks ago as well, and they plainly refused to recognize SAFTA as a body in itself, as an association able to be independent, to think for itself, to represent the black farmer. What's been the response from SACA? What's been the response from the White Farmers Union that refused to recognize you?
Look, I think wherein we made a mistake in the first place was when we engaged at that level, at SACA level. You see, when we now engaged at SASA level, that's when we engaged at an industry decision-making body, wherein now, which is a structure that is actually given effect by the Sugar Act. So we've reached now an agreement because that structure, that SASA now, which is where we had initially asked for our recognition in any case. SASA means the two industry decision-making bodies, which is the millers and the growers. They reach an agreement now. So this. When we had been engaging at a cane growers level, obviously it meant for them they would be losing some share in the seats. So it was difficult for them to accept that. But today, I must commend everyone. I'm commending the whole SASA that, look, we've reached an agreement now which is favorable to the industry. And I must say, we want to save the industry. And we are not a racial organization. I must say, there's a lot of white farmers who want to join SAFDA because they have a development agenda at heart and they have a role to play in the development of small-scale growers in the industry.
In terms of SAMS now, talk us through SAMS. Is SAFDA going to receive the levies that are due to them previously? And going forward, what will happen to the levies that are paid by the growers throughout South Africa?
I don't want to be emotional when I come to that because we have come to an industry agreement. We have come to an industry agreement which is favorable. I want to paint a picture that today marks a day wherein the industry has resolved and has actually self-healed. We are going forward in a positive gesture now. Thank you.
There you have it, Cindy. The sugar association, or the sugar industry rather, in South Africa coming full circle, now embracing black farmers.
Good news indeed from our reporter Noluthando Nkosi, who was joined from Durban by Siyabonga Madlala from the South African Farmers Development Association. They've now been recognized as a union and are entitled to the levies that established or commercial farmers had been privy to. But we take a quick break. Do stay with ANN7 Prime.